Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MTA Revenge. 32 of the baddest diecast monster trucks are ready to cut it loose and turn some dirt up for you fans tonight. Pit Party was a huge success as fans got to come down, take pictures, and get up close and personal with their favorite drivers and their favorite trucks. These 32 monsters are ready to cut it loose, but only one is going to walk away as the Revenge champion. We're going to head up now to get set for round number 1 as they wrap up Pit Party. Well, now to kick off round number 1 at MTA Revenge, the Hot Wheels Ford draws up against the Devastator Chevrolet. Both trucks are staged now at the starting line. Ford versus Chevrolet to kick off MTA Revenge. Both trucks stage as we go green. Down the straight, they're dead even up and over the cars, and the Devastator Chevrolet outruns Hot Wheels. Well, up next, Grave Digger the Legend draws up against Bulldozer. These two have battled it out before in past events in MTA history. Now they're going to meet up one more time. Down the straight, Grave Digger has the lead on him up and over the cars, and Grave Digger the Legend takes it to round number 2. Well, up next, the Samson Chevrolet draws up against Inferno. Inferno didn't run so hot in the Thunder Series this month, but he's looking to make up for it here. Samson and Inferno down the straight, up and over the cars. They get wild right there, but Samson and the Chevrolet outshine Inferno. Well, up next, the return of Sudden Impact. The Ford out of Frackville, Pennsylvania, draws up against the legendary Ford and UFO. As we get set now going green, they look even. UFO has a lead on him up and over the cars, and UFO will outrun Sudden Impact, moving on to round number 2. Well, up next, the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder draws up against the Black Stallion Ford out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Two Fords ready to throw it down at Revenge. There's the green light. Black Stallion with a huge lead up and over, and Blue Thunder comes back on him, taking it to round number 2. Blue Thunder came back on Black Stallion right there. What a race we had. Now up next, the King Krunch Chevrolet out of Spring, Texas, draws up against Equalizer out of Catlett, Virginia. Ford versus Chevrolet, stage now as we go green. Down the straight stretch, up and over the cars, and the Equalizer Ford outruns the King Krunch Chevrolet. Well, up next here in round number 1, Prowler draws up against the Whiplash Machine. Both trucks staged now at the starting line. Who's going to carry on to round number 2? Both trucks are staged as we get set for green. Down the straight, Prowler has a lead up and over the cars, and Whiplash passed him in the air, taking it to the wall. Whiplash moves on. Now, the Grave Digger, the 1950 Chevy panel van out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, meets the Avenger Chevrolet out of Columbus, Michigan. Two Chevrolets about to throw it down as we go green. They're looking pretty even. Avenger has the lead up and over the cars, and Grave Digger passed him in the shutdown area. But I think Avenger had problems coming over that last set of cars. As you see, MTA officials are down there. It looks like he blew the transmission out of the truck trying to run down the Grave Digger. But Digger moves on. Well, up next, Colt Cobra. Gene Patterson returns in the snakebite Ford. He draws up against the Nitro Machine Chevrolet. Both trucks are staged at the starting line. Who moves on to round number 2? As we go green, Cobra's got a lead on him up and over the cars, and Colt Cobra and snakebite get it down to the shutdown area, moving on to round number 2. Well, up next, the Bad Habit Chevrolet. Jesse Garland from Jaybird Customs. He pulls up against Ben Wishart and then Stinger Unleashed truck, making its debut here tonight. Both trucks stage as we go green. They're looking even, up and over the cars. Bad Habit trying to chase him down, but Stinger Unleashed has the win, closest down there to the wall in the shutdown area. Up next, the dominant Wild Hair Chevrolet. Rich Wagner, a 4-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. He draws up against the Power Forward Ford Machine out of Atlanta, Georgia. Both trucks stage as we go green. Ford and Chevrolet down the straight, up and over the cars. What a ride from Power Forward, and he rolls it over. Rich Wagner got it down to the shutdown area, but look at the instant replay right here. Power Forward pogos it on the rear end. He tried to drive it out, but gets into the wall and just turned the truck over. Nonetheless, Wild Hair moves on to round number 2. Well, up next here in round number 1, Mike Lanford brings the Bigfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri to the starting line, but he draws up against a seasoned veteran out here. Hunter Paget and Zombie set to take on Bigfoot as we go green down the straight stretch, up and over the cars, and it's a shootout to the shutdown area, but Bigfoot edges him out, moving on to round number 2. Well, up next, Rick Disharoon from the Metal Shop brings the Eradicator Chevrolet to the starting line. He draws up against Son of a Digger. Both trucks are staged as we get set to go green. Down the straight stretch now, Eradicator with a huge lead up and over, and Eradicator, Rick Disharoon move on to round number 2. Well, up next, Greg Durbin, a former 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, brings the Backdraft Dodge out of Delmar, Delaware to the starting line, but he draws up against the current Thursday Night Thunder champion, Ashley Obie and Jurassic Attack. As we go green, Backdraft holding the lead up and over the cars. Jurassic Attack comes back, getting it down to the wall. Jurassic Attack moves on. Well, up next, the Carolina Crusher Chevrolet out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. He draws up against the Titan Chevrolet. Both these trucks are staged now at the starting line. Who moves on to round number 2 as we go green? Both trucks are looking even, up and over the cars, and the Carolina Crusher will outrun Titan, moving on to round 2. Well, now to close out round number 1, the crazy man himself, Joshua Wells and El Toro Loco, draws up against Medusa. Now, El Toro Loco debuting that black body here tonight. Both trucks stage as we go green, down the straight stretch, up and over the cars, and Medusa gets out of shape, but El Toro Loco gets it down to the wall. He moves on to round number 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you down to the pits now, the Power Forward team. In round number 1, we saw them pogo the truck and ended up turning it over right there in no man's land, but it looks like they broke a sway bar adjustment, snapped the spindle, and also they're trying to see if the knuckles got any damage. Nonetheless, they're out of competition. Hopefully they'll have that truck back together. Well, now we kick off round number 2. Gravedigger the Legend draws up against the Devastator Chevrolet. Devastator looked really strong in round number 1, but Gravedigger the Legend wants a championship as we go green. Both trucks dead even up and over the cars, and Devastator will take the win over Gravedigger the Legend. Now up next, UFO draws up against the Samson Chevrolet. UFO, the Redemption Champion and Full Throttle Champion. Can he claim a 3rd title here tonight? As we go green, Ford and Chevrolet down the straight up and over the cars, and Samson will outrun UFO, putting him on the trailer. Samson moves on to round number 3. Well, up next, Equalizer. Jerry Womack Jr. took the Gas Monkey truck to the win for Halloween Madness. He wants to do the same with Equalizer, but the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder's been running strong up and over the cars, and Blue Thunder looks like he just edged out the Equalizer, and MTA officials are down here looking, and yes, he did. Blue Thunder moves on to round number 3 by inches. Well, up next, Whiplash draws up against Gravedigger. Both these trucks have been consistent all night long in round number 1 and in qualifying. Both trucks are staged now as we get set to go green. Down the straight stretch, they're dead even up and over the cars, and Gravedigger will outrun Whiplash, taking the Gravedigger machine to round number 3. Well, up next, Colt Cobra draws up against the brand new Stinger Unleashed, Ben Wisher behind the wheel. Stinger would want nothing more than to debut that truck and take home a win, but he's got to outrun the legendary Colt Cobra and Snakebite down the straight stretch, up and over the cars, and Stinger Unleashed will outrun the Snakebite machine. He moves on to round number 3 by inches. This right here should be a great race. Bigfoot out of Pacific, Missouri draws up against the Wild Hair Chevrolet. Both trucks look strong in round number 1. Who's going to take it on to round number 3 now? As we go green, Ford and Chevrolet down the straight stretch, Wild Hair pulling on him, and Bigfoot comes back in the shutdown area. Bigfoot moves on to round number 3. Wild Hair's on the trailer. Well, up next, Jurassic Attack draws up against a true legend in the monster truck industry. Rick Disharoon brings Eradicator to the starting line. Who moves on to round number 3? Jurassic Attack, Eradicator as we go green. They're looking pretty even, up and over. Jurassic's out of shape into the wall. What a hit right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take an instant replay here. That was a violent hit from Jurassic Attack. Gets out of shape on that last set of cars into the wall. The MTA officials are down there now to turn Jurassic Attack back on all 4 tires. We cannot stress enough that these trucks are 100% safe. The driver is A-OK. The roll cage did its job, as well as all the other safety equipment. The truck took a little bit of a beating, but should be back for round number 3. A great ride for Jurassic Attack. Well, now to close out round number 2, El Toro Loco draws up against the Carolina Crusher Chevrolet out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. Who's moving on to round number 3? Both trucks staged as we get set for green. Down the straight stretch now, they're looking even. Sky wheelie by Crusher up and over the cars, and the Carolina Crusher moves on to round number 3. Well, now we're going to take you down to the pits here at Revenge and show you a follow-up of what happened to Jurassic Attack. You see some heavy body damage. The MTA officials are going over the roll cage right now to make sure if it rolls over again, it will hold up. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and give her the clear and bring that truck back for round number 3. A violent hit in a scary situation. Nonetheless, the truck is safe and ready to go. Well, now we're kicking off round number 3 here at MTA Revenge. Round number 3 kicks off with the Devastator Chevrolet taking on the Samson Chevrolet. Both trucks have been bad fast all night long. 2 Chevrolets about to throw it down as we go green. Samson pulling on him a little bit, up and over, and Devastator come back on him in midair, taking the Devastator to the semis. Blue Thunder now draws up against the Gravedigger, the classic matchup of Ford versus Chevrolet. Who do you got going on in the semifinal round? Blue Thunder, Gravedigger stage now as we get set to go green. Down the straight stretch, dead even, up and over. Blue Thunder noses it over, but comes back on the Gravedigger, taking the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder to the semis. Well, up next, the brand new Stinger Unleashed has been bad fast all night long. Ben Wisher driving the debut of that truck. He draws up against Mike Lanford in the Bigfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. Stage now as we go green. Stinger caught him sleeping up and over the cars, and Bigfoot come back on him. Bigfoot moves on to the semifinals. What a ride! Well, up next to close out round number 3, Carolina Crusher out of Wadesboro, North Carolina takes on the Jurassic Attack, who had a hard roll in round number 2. Stage now as we go green. Up and over the cars. Carolina Crusher trying to run him down, and Jurassic Attack comes back and takes out the Carolina Crusher. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we started with 32 trucks. We are now down to 4. It's semifinal time. The Devastator Chevrolet draws up against the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. This is going to be the best of the best. Ford versus Chevrolet. Stage now as we go green. Blue Thunder has the lead up and over the cars, and Blue Thunder trying to run him down, and he does, getting it down to the shutdown area. Blue Thunder and the Ford take it to the finals at MTA Revenge. Well, coming up next to close out the semifinals, Mike Lanford in the Bigfoot Ford draws up against Ashley Obie and Jurassic Attack. Both trucks now stage. Who's going to meet Blue Thunder in the finals at Revenge? As we go green now, down the straight stretch, up and over the cars, some sick air, and Mike Lanford in the Bigfoot Ford move on to the finals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to 2. Bigfoot meets Blue Thunder in the finals right after this. MTA Livewire coming to you February 27th, 32 trucks, 1 championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is final time here at MTA Revenge. Mike Lanford brings the Bigfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri to the starting line. But in the other lane, the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder, driven by Johnny Retlaw. Both trucks are staged, ready to go. Which Ford is going to claim the championship at the Revenge show here tonight? Bigfoot, Blue Thunder, it's showtime. Down the straight stretch now, Blue Thunder's up and over the cars, and he will take the win, getting it down to the shutdown area. Bigfoot lost it in no man's land. Congratulations to Johnny Retlaw and the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder for winning MTA Revenge.
Just for you, revenge, you can't undo revenge.
Thank you guys for watching MTA Revenge. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out our other videos right here on our channel. As always, be sure to crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next time.